The wind howled across the frozen plains of Antarctica. Ice stretched as far as the eye could see, broken only by jagged cliffs and snow-covered ridges. The research team trudged slowly through the storm, their faces red and raw from the cold. Among them, Ethan Cole moved steadily, his eyes scanning the horizon. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and used to harsh conditions, yet even he could not hide the excitement in his voice as he spoke into the radio. "Laura, you see that ridge over there? We should check it out," he said. Laura Price, a geophysicist with a calm and curious demeanor, peered through her binoculars. Her breath formed clouds in the freezing air. "I see it. It looks like metal. That's impossible. Nothing natural would shine like that under all this ice." Ethan grinned. "Then let's go see it for ourselves. This could be the find of the century." They had been sent to this remote part of the world under the pretense of studying ice formations. The truth was far more secret. The governments of the world had received strange satellite images showing a massive object buried beneath the ice. Some believed it was a meteorite. Others suspected a remnant of an old space mission. Ethan had a different feeling. He believed it was something far stranger. The closer they got, the more the metal structure emerged from the snow. It was enormous, far larger than any human-built ship. Its surface was jagged, scorched in some places, and smooth in others. Strange symbols etched into the metal reflected the weak sunlight, glowing faintly. "Ethan," Laura whispered, "this is not human. I've never seen anything like this." He knelt and brushed snow from one of the glowing symbols. His gloved fingers trembled slightly. "You're right. Look at this. This isn't from Earth, it's alien." The rest of the team gathered around. Most of them were soldiers and engineers, trained to follow orders and record data. Few had seen anything like this. The air was tense. None of them knew what to say. Ethan stood and looked at the massive structure. It was shaped like a ship, but not like any ship humans had ever built. Its hull curved in strange ways, and enormous panels were fused together in a way that suggested both power and fragility. A jagged tear ran across the middle of the ship, as if it had been struck by a weapon of immense energy. "What do you think happened?" asked Carlos, a young engineer who had joined the team only months ago. "I don't know yet," Ethan said. "But whatever it was, it didn't survive. And neither did the crew, I think. They found remains scattered near the ship. The bodies were humanoid, but clearly not human. They had longer limbs, smaller heads, and translucent skin that shimmered faintly in the light. Some of the crew seemed frozen in mid-motion, as if caught in the instant of death." Laura knelt beside one of the bodies. She was silent for a moment, then spoke softly. "They look sad, confused, like they didn't expect to fail." Ethan nodded. "And maybe that's exactly why they abandoned this ship. If they were afraid of failure, they wouldn't have left it behind. But we found it. And now, we might be able to learn from it." The team spent the next few hours surveying the ship. Drones were launched to map its interior. Sensors scanned the hull, recording strange energy signatures that seemed to pulse beneath the surface. Despite the damage, something inside the ship still emitted life, or at least the faintest hint of it. "This isn't just a wreck," Ethan said to Laura. "It's waiting for someone to make it work again." That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and darkness fell over the ice, the team set up a temporary camp. A storm had begun to pick up again, forcing them to take shelter. Inside their tents, Ethan and Laura studied the data. "This ship is thousands of years old," Laura said. "The alloys, the energy systems, they're far beyond anything humans have ever made. Even our best engineers would struggle to understand it." Ethan tapped the tablet in his hands. "Then it's a challenge." "And I like challenges," Laura smiled faintly. "I hope you know what you're doing. This isn't just technology. It's alien technology. We don't know what we're dealing with." Ethan leaned back. "That's why it's exciting. Think about it, Laura. If we can figure this out even a little bit, humanity could take a huge step forward. This could change everything." The night passed slowly. Outside, the storm raged and the team kept watch. Ethan hardly slept. His mind raced with ideas about how the ship might have worked, how humans could adapt its systems, and what secrets it might hold. When morning came, the storm had passed. The sky was clear, and the frozen landscape glimmered under the pale sun. Ethan and Laura led the team back to the ship. They had brought cutting tools, sensors, and protective suits. The goal was simple: enter the ship, study it, and try to understand it. The hatch was sealed tight, but surprisingly it opened easily with a faint hum. Inside, the air was cold but breathable. The walls glowed faintly and the floor panels shifted slightly underfoot. Strange machinery lined the corridors, pulsing with residual energy. "This is incredible," whispered Carlos. "It's like walking inside a dream." They moved deeper into the ship. The corridors were long and winding, with doors that led to rooms filled with alien technology. Some rooms seemed to be for living, with small beds or chambers for the crew. Others were control rooms filled with consoles and screens that flickered to life when they approached. Laura ran her hand over one of the consoles. Symbols glowed beneath her touch as if responding to her presence. "I think this ship was designed to be intelligent," she said. "It recognizes life. Maybe even consciousness," Ethan frowned. "If that's true, then we have to be careful. We don't know what this ship can do. It could be dangerous, but danger did not scare him. It fueled him. He had spent his life building machines, solving problems, and pushing limits. And now in front of him was the ultimate puzzle. As they explored further, they discovered the core of the ship. A massive sphere hovered in the center of a circular chamber, surrounded by strange conduits that pulsed with energy. The core seemed dormant, but faint sparks flickered across its surface. Laura studied it carefully. "This is the heart of the ship. If we can figure out how to power it up, we might be able to make it work again." Ethan's eyes shone. "Then that's exactly what we're going to do." As they prepared to leave the ship and report their findings, a faint hum filled the chamber. Sparks danced across the walls and the air seemed to vibrate. The ship was alive in some way and it had noticed them. "What is that?" Carlos asked, stepping back. Laura shook her head. "I don't know. But it's waiting. For us, maybe." Ethan stepped closer to the core. "Then we better not keep it waiting for too long." The team left the ship carefully, sealing the hatch behind them. Outside, the sun was bright and the ice sparkled like diamonds. But Ethan and Laura could feel a change. The ship was no longer just a wreck. It was a mystery, a challenge, and perhaps a gift. Back at the camp, Ethan made a decision. "We need to study this ship. Secretly. Properly. If the world finds out too soon, it will become a weapon or a political problem. We need time to understand it first." Laura nodded. "Agreed, but we have to be careful. Whatever this ship is, it's more advanced than us. We need to respect it." Ethan smiled faintly. "Respect it, yes. But we're going to use it. Humanity has a chance to reach the stars with this, and I won't let it slip away." The wind picked up again, blowing across the icy plains. The ship lay beneath the snow, silent but alive, waiting for the humans who had found it. And the humans, in turn, were already dreaming of the future, of building, repairing, and using this alien ship to go further than anyone had ever imagined. For the first time in history, Earth had found a ship from the stars, and humanity had no intention of leaving it where it was. Months passed since Ethan Cole and Laura Price first discovered the alien ship beneath the ice. The world above remained unaware of the secret buried in Antarctica. Only a small team of scientists, engineers, and military personnel knew the truth. They worked tirelessly in a hidden base built near the site, a cluster of insulated buildings connected by tunnels. Ethan paced the main laboratory, looking at the holographic scans of the alien ship. The images showed twisted metal, alien circuits, and strange energy conduits. Every time he studied them, he saw something new. "We've made progress," he said to Laura, who stood beside him studying a glowing console they had brought from the ship. "But there's still so much we don't understand. Some of these systems don't even respond to human technology at all." Laura nodded. "It's like the ship has its own mind. Some parts activate when we touch them. Others stay silent. We need to find the pattern." The team called their project Black Aurora. It was entirely secret. Only a few people in the world knew it existed. The goal was clear. Study the alien ship, rebuild it if possible, and learn to use it. No one else could know. One of the youngest members, Maya Brooks, a mechanic with a sharp mind for machines, had been studying the ship's core. She had discovered something remarkable. When she interfaced her neural scanner with the alien system, parts of the ship responded. "It's like it recognizes me," Maya said, her eyes wide. "The ship's systems are reading my brain signals. No one else can get this response." Ethan leaned over her shoulder. "Are you saying that humans can control this ship?" "Maybe," Maya replied. "Or at least part of it. I think our minds interact better with it than the original cruise controls did." Laura frowned. That's incredible, but also dangerous. We don't know why it only responds to certain people. What if it reacts badly to others? Ethan smiled. That's why we're careful, and that's why we're going to figure it out. Weeks turned into months. The team worked in shifts, studying every system, trying to understand the alien technology. They discovered that the ship's hull was made from a metal humans had never seen. It was light but strong, capable of withstanding immense pressure and heat. Its engines used a strange type of energy, something that glowed like liquid light. Ethan gathered the team one evening. We need to take a risk, he said. We've studied this ship as much as we can. It's time to try to power it up. Even partially. We need to see if it can function again. The team hesitated. Powering up the ship was dangerous. The last time they tried, it nearly destroyed part of the base. Sparks flew and some of the circuits overloaded. But Ethan's determination was contagious. Slowly, the team agreed. They prepared the alien core for activation. Maya interfaced with it, her mind syncing with the strange rhythms of the ship. Laura monitored the readings. Engineers adjusted the conduits and energy channels, blending human and alien technology. The hum began softly, barely audible at first. Then it grew, filling the lab with a deep vibration. Panels on the walls glowed brighter and the air felt charged with energy. Steady, Ethan said. Don't panic if it shifts or moves. That's normal. The ship's core pulsed, a deep blue light flowing through the conduits. Machines whirred and the first systems came alive. The displays inside the core flickered with alien symbols. For a moment it seemed the ship was observing them, almost curious. Laura watched in awe. It's alive, she whispered. Not in the way we live, but it thinks. Maya smiled, her hand still on the neural interface. It likes me. I can feel it responding to my thoughts. Ethan looked around at the team. This is just the beginning. If we can learn to control it, we'll have a ship unlike anything the world has ever seen. As the weeks passed, the team discovered more about the ship. Its energy systems were self-regenerating. Damaged parts could repair themselves, though slowly. Its shields were adaptive, able to resist weapons far stronger than anything humans had yet. Its engines could produce enormous power with minimal fuel, but it was not easy. Many systems resisted. Some controls would short-circuit or explode if handled improperly. The ship seemed to have been designed for a species far different from humans. The alien crew had failed to master it and it had been abandoned. Ethan grew more determined. They failed because they were afraid, he told the team. We won't make the same mistake. Humans are stubborn. We learn, we adapt, we improve. That's why we'll succeed where they failed. Laura smiled faintly. You always make it sound so simple. It's simple, Ethan replied. Not easy, but simple. We adapt. We survive. We conquer. The months of study led to the first test flight inside the base's controlled environment. The ship's engines roared softly, filling the hangar with blue energy. Lights along the hull pulsed in time with the core. The ship moved, hovering slightly above the ground, almost floating. The team cheered. For the first time in history, humans had brought an alien ship to life. This is just the start, Ethan said. We can't stop here. We need to explore, push further, and understand every system. One day this ship will take us to the stars. One night after another long day of work, Laura stayed behind in the lab. She was alone with the ship, studying the alien symbols on the walls. They glowed faintly, almost as if they were alive. She touched the wall lightly. I wonder what you were designed for, she whispered. And why your own people gave up on you. The ship hummed softly in response. Laura shivered. It was not fear, not danger, it was curiosity. She could feel it sensing her presence. Ethan entered the room quietly. You shouldn't be here alone, he said. Laura shook her head. I had to see it for myself. There's something about this ship. I think it understands us. I can feel it thinking. Ethan nodded. And that's why we have to be careful. We have a treasure here, Laura. Something that can change everything. But it's not ours yet. We have to earn it. The next day, the team discovered a hidden chamber within the ship. It was small, circular, and filled with alien tools and devices. Most were useless to humans, but one caught Maya's attention, a small console that seemed to record knowledge. Look at this, Maya said. It's a library. Maybe it has information about the ship, the crew, or even technology we can use. Laura studied the symbols. It's complex, but I think I can translate it. This could teach us more than years of trial and error. As they worked together to decipher the data, a strange thought occurred to Ethan. If this ship belonged to an advanced civilization, and they abandoned it, maybe they thought humans would never figure it out. But they were wrong. Weeks later, the first major breakthrough came. By combining human ingenuity with alien design, the team managed to power up the ship's engines fully. The energy core glowed brighter than ever before. It was stable, safe, and ready for more. Ethan looked at the team, pride in his eyes. We did it. We took something abandoned, discarded, and made it work. Humanity is capable of more than anyone imagined. And this ship? This ship will take us to the stars. Laura smiled, though a hint of worry remained. We need to remember we're not just studying it. We're learning from it. If we make a mistake, it could be dangerous. Ethan placed a hand on the glowing core. We will succeed. We will learn, and we will go further than anyone has ever dreamed. The ship is ours to understand, and one day it will carry humanity into the galaxy. Outside, the Antarctic wind blew, cold and relentless. But inside the secret base, something warmer had begun to grow. Hope, determination, and the first true taste of human triumph. Humanity had found a gift from the stars, and they were ready to make it their own. And in the heart of the alien ship, the energy pulsed brighter than ever, as if waiting patiently for what was to come.